Good morning, everybody, and welcome to your Monday morning message for the week of November 17th to November 23rd. Now, this week in sociology, you're going to see as we look at our calendar that we're kind of nearing the end here of the trimester, and we'll kind of talk about how that looks and how that works in this next week. So, you see this week, the only assignment that we have is that semester exam. Now, as I set this calendar up at the beginning of the trimester, though, I knew that this course challenge would probably leak into this week too. And so I try to push you to kind of stay ahead of that calendar, knowing that toward the end, when we get here, that course challenge may take you a little bit longer than you were planning last week. So you may have a little bit of that to finish up this week, but then you have your semester exam. So officially, your only assignment you have this week is the semester exam if you're done with the course challenge. But just know that if you're not done with the course challenge, it's not time to panic. I kind of built that in knowing that you only had the semester exam to take this week. Now, one thing that you need to be aware of on Tuesday this week is I go in and make all assignments as missing. Okay, so as we go through, we just looked at those work completion dates, but then as we go through and we see this course challenge and the final exam, I'm going to mark all of those as missing on Tuesday. Now, that just gives us 1 week and it gives us 1 week to kind of make sure that we have the things done that we need to have done. And I completely get the argument. Some students will text me or email me on Tuesday. They'll be like, Mr. Ryder, why are you marking things late? Obviously, they didn't watch the Monday morning message. But they'll say it's not due until this Sunday. I completely understand that. But the reason that I mark that as late is so that on Tuesday is that we have 7 days then, 1 week until that end of the trimester. And so what I try to do is you'll have a large rush of students that are kind of panicking about grades. And so I try to avoid that panic or try to kickstart the panic actually and have it start earlier so students are completing that work. So that's the thinking behind it. I completely understand that it is frustrating to some students, but I look at it as the benefits on the other side are better for the students to try to show them exactly what their final grade will be. And so that's the other thing that we need to point out. That grade that you see in Schoology after I mark all those assignments as missing, that will be the final grade that I put in Infinite Campus. And so some students make the decision, they're like, hey, okay, that set me, gave me that alarm kind of, and I need to complete these assignments in order to earn the grade that I'm hoping for. Now, up for other students, that may be like you might be at an 82%, and you're like, well, I want a B. Well, maybe you missed 2 assignments that you have to complete, and so you go back, you complete them in that week, and hopefully you earn that grade that you were hoping for, that B. Now, so that's the hope. Like, I get the negative where some people are like, oh, I don't, it's not due till Sunday, but I look at that positive piece and it just gives people kind of that clearer picture of what their overall grade is going to be. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully, you get a little understanding of why that is done and why I choose to do that. And I hope it's not too big of an inconvenience for you. If you're really getting in trouble by somebody, let me know. I'll take them off for you and then I'll put them back on, at the end of the week. But we try to do that for the whole group just so you can get that clear picture of what your overall grade is. Hope that helps. I hope you have a great week this week, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you.